In a shocking twist of diplomatic drama that could reshape Middle Eastern alliances, a secret initiative by Donald Trump to bring Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu into a high-stakes Gaza summit in Egypt was scrapped at the 11th hour following a stern warning from Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan. But here's where it gets controversial. Could this be a sign of deeper cracks in Trump's vision for regional peace, or just another bump in the road to normalization? Let's dive into the details and uncover the layers of this international standoff. The saga unfolded in the skies above Egypt, where a last-ditch effort by Trump to include Netanyahu in a multinational gathering on Gaza unraveled swiftly. Erdoğan, the outspoken leader of Turkey, declared he wouldn't touch down in Sharm el-Sheikh if Netanyahu's invitation remained on the table. Imagine the scene. Leaders circling in their planes, negotiations happening mid-flight, all because of one man's refusal to share airspace with a controversial figure. It all kicked off after news broke that Netanyahu had accepted a sudden invite from Trump to join the conference. Co-hosted by the U.S. President and Egyptian leader Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. The summit, hastily put together, aimed to tackle the thorny issues surrounding Gaza's future stability. Netanyahu's participation seemed locked in after Trump sealed the deal in a phone call to Sisi, while Trump was still in Israel, highlighting the spontaneous nature of these high-level talks. And this is the part most people miss. The timeline is crucial here. We're not entirely sure if Erdogan's no-fly stance directly prompted Netanyahu to back out, but we do know he contacted Sisi directly from aboard his plane hovering over Egypt to voice his strong objections. A formal release from Netanyahu's office later explained the shift, stating that the prime minister had been invited by Trump to the event happening that very day in Egypt. He expressed gratitude for the gesture, but cited his inability to attend due to the summit falling too close to the start of a major holiday, a reason that might raise eyebrows for its convenience. Adding fuel to the fire, hardline elements within Netanyahu's own coalition government on the far right had threatened to quit if he attended. This internal pressure underscores the delicate balancing act leaders face, especially when dealing with international gatherings. To put this in perspective for beginners, think of it like a family reunion where not everyone agrees on who should sit at the table. Tensions can boil over quickly. The situation was further complicated by serious allegations hanging over Netanyahu. The International Criminal Court, ICC, has issued arrest warrants against him for suspected war crimes related to the Gaza conflict. For those new to international law, the ICC is like a global watchdog that investigates and prosecutes the worst crimes against humanity, even if local courts don't act. Egypt, hosting the event, isn't a member of the ICC, so it wouldn't have enforced the warrants. But Netanyahu's appearance would have been a lightning rod for criticism. This was particularly true among Arab nations that haven't yet warmed up to Israel. More than 24 world leaders were slated to participate in this rushed summit, making any controversy even more amplified. This clash over Netanyahu's potential attendance vividly illustrates the uphill battle Trump faces in encouraging Muslim-majority countries to build bridges with Israel. For instance, normalizing relations might mean diplomatic handshakes and trade deals. But deep-seated grievances from conflicts like Gaza make it tough. On the flip side, some argue that such summits could pave the way for lasting peace. But is pushing normalization too fast, or is it a necessary step forward? And here's a bold take that might spark debate. Erdogan's stance wasn't just about personal disdain. It was fueled by his repeated accusations that Israel's actions in Gaza amount to genocide, a label that stirs intense global disagreement. Moreover, visuals of Erdogan chatting or even exchanging pleasantries with Netanyahu could have backfired badly for the Turkish leader at home, where public opinion on Israel runs hot. It might have also cast doubt on Turkey's proposed involvement in an international force tasked with securing Gaza's future. This force, envisioned to maintain peace and order, relies on cooperation, But photos or reports of Erdoğan cozying up to Netanyahu could erode that trust. In the end, this episode reveals the fragile web of global diplomacy, where one leader's veto can derail plans and expose underlying rifts. But what do you think? Was Erdoğan's warning a principled stand against alleged war crimes, or a power play to block Trump's agenda? Do you believe summits like this can truly heal divides, or do they just paper over cracks? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss.